upping those prices and the chance of seeing a U-turn. And we're highlighting a local program designed to give teenagers the opportunity to advance their education beyond a high school diploma without leaving campus. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Alyssa Warner. Authorities have now charged a seventh person in a conspiracy to cover up the murder of Rosenda Strong, whose body was found in an abandoned freezer off of US 97 in Toppenish back in 2019. Now,
my office is committed to addressing violent crime that arises on tribal nations, and we are grateful for our law enforcement partners who respond to.
According to court documents, Strong was killed by another woman, Jedediah Moreno, who enlisted the help of several men to hide Strong's body, including the latest defendant, who's been identified now as Kevin Brem. Authorities say Moreno was later killed by one of the other men who helped cover up Strong's murder. It's a case the FBI and the U.S. Attorney's Office have been working on for years.
Addressing violent crime that arises on tribal nations, and we are grateful for our law enforcement partners who respond to really difficult situations and do their best to bring these effective cases.
Now, Brem has been charged with accessory after the fact and kidnapping resulting in death. He was arraigned on those charges this afternoon in federal court. The Supreme Court has sided with a Biden administration gun control rule for now. The issue here is ghost guns, which are called that because they don't have serial numbers and can't be tracked. The Biden administration created a rule last year expanding the definition of a gun so that several key parts have to have their own serial numbers, and saying that people buying gun kits have to go through a background check just like people buying a finished firearm. Well, earlier this summer, a federal judge in Texas put that rule on hold. But today, the Supreme Court stepped in saying the rule should remain in place while that legal challenge plays out. Tonight, the Washington State Tree Fruit Association says 2023 should be a good year for apples. We're up about 30 million boxes from last year. Now, last year, the Tree Fruit Association says we had that cold spring and the late snow that meant a lot of apple blossoms never had the chance to grow into fruit. Well, this year, experts say we have had near perfect growing conditions, and they're expecting more than 134 million 40-pound boxes, which should be just a bit higher than the average crop that we've seen over the past 6 years. Stacey, if there's one thing I love, it is perfect apple weather.
There you go. Well, things are looking good. We started out with a muggy, humid type morning this morning, but things have improved. Let's take a look at our sky cam there. And yes, it's looking like a great day. Moving on, we'll take a look at our temperatures around the region right now. We've got 90s in the Tri-Cities, 89 in Toppenish, 87 in Yakima, 89 in Pendleton, and in Walla Walla it's 88. So again, that muggy morning, those humidity levels are starting to drop this evening. Moving ahead this evening, those temperatures will drop down into the 60s and moving up into the 70s early morning tomorrow, and by midday later in the Tri-Cities we'll hit 91. So a little bit warmer weather for us tomorrow. Taking a look tonight, again, those temperatures dropping down into the 60s. You'll be in the low 70s around 9 o'clock in Yakima, moving up into the upper 80s later on. Here's what's on the way the next couple of days. Again, mostly clear and calm, breezy to gusty winds tomorrow. Seasonal temperatures ahead, and get ready. We got a little bit of a weekend warm up on the way. I'll get to all of that in your First Alert weather forecast. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacey. First, it was writers in Hollywood, then actors, and now city workers across Los Angeles are on strike for the first time in almost half a century. ABC's Melissa Don reports these workers are demanding more than a simple raise.
Picket lines filling Los Angeles International Airport Tuesday as thousands of LA City workers walked off the job. Sanitation workers, bus drivers, traffic officers, and many more holding a 24-hour strike to highlight what they're calling unfair labor practices.
The goal of today is to tell the city that we want to be respected when we go to the bargaining table.
They're overworking me, overworking others, and it's affecting our family lives.
The union is calling for better pay and benefits amid the high cost of living.
They've negotiated in bad faith, meaning that they've brought folks to the table that weren't able to even have the authority to settle certain agreements.
This latest job action coming on top of the 11,000 writers, 160,000 actors, and 15,000 hotel workers also on the picket lines. The striking unions showing the power of organized labor, but it's also impacting the economy.
The makeup, the hair, the grips, the electrics, you know, people who work the long hours and have nowhere to go right now. Nowhere to go while we fight this out.
Fall film and TV programming is now in jeopardy. The show Jeopardy says without its writing staff this fall, it will be reusing old clues and former contestants. The LA mayor insists that they are bargaining in good faith and assures that the city won't shut down, but is warning Angelenos that city services like parking enforcement and trash pickup will be delayed. Melissa Don, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Students at Zillah High School will be able to take almost all of the classes they need for an AA degree without leaving campus, and that's thanks to a new investment from the state. The principal says with that funding, they've been able to expand the number of classes offered through the college in the high school program and to offer them at no cost to students. Now the students will only have to cover books and fees for a handful of classes that they will still have to take at a local community college through the Running Start program. The principal says it brings the price of that AA degree down to less than $500 for students.
We want to be very, very clear. This AA program is not going to be for everyone, but we firmly believe that any student who wants to go to college should have as many barriers removed as possible.
So students can enroll now for the upcoming school year, and while many classes are just for juniors and seniors, some of them are open to high school freshmen and sophomores as well. Now, nearly 30 million students receive school lunches every day, and some schools are getting a boost now when it comes to their food-making operations. This week, the USDA announced an investment made to help small and rural schools across the country provide healthy meals to students in need. The USDA's Food and Nutrition Service and Action for Healthy Kids Network's $30 million initiative focuses on the highest need schools, which often are located in rural communities.
And particularly in rural places, when you've got a smaller population and lower student size, it becomes even more difficult to be able to pull together the funds to have an operating kitchen that has all of the necessities to make sure that meal can be as healthy as possible and as tasty as possible.
The department is funding more than 250 school districts all around the country. According to the USDA, there were more than 600 school district applications submitted nationwide. The average gas price in Washington now over $5 per gallon for regular. Only California has higher numbers, and they're well above the national average. Karen Caifa has a look at what is driving that increase.
At the gas pumps, a summertime surge. According to AAA, the national average for a gallon of regular gas is $3.82, still 23 cents lower than 1 year ago, but it's 25 cents higher than when the summer driving season started Memorial Day weekend. As key states like Texas and Louisiana swelter in the summer heat, refineries have slowed down. Temperatures above 100 degrees have prompted temporary outages and cut supply.
Refineries are exposed to the elements, and so refineries can't escape the heat. A lot of the time, sensitive equipment that refineries use is very sensitive to triple-digit temperatures.
Patrick DeHaan of Gas Buddy says at the same time, OPEC has curbed supply to drive global oil prices higher.
Some of the heat-related issues that now are starting to fade, but overall, the higher price of oil has been causing gas prices to finally rise to some of the highest levels we've seen since last year.
A turnaround could be on the way soon. DeHaan says the typically slower driving weeks of August, combined with a drop-off in temperatures, could give drivers some relief for the final weeks of summer.
If we can avoid a major hurricane, or if we can avoid OPEC making further production cuts or other refining issues, we should see gas prices improving between now and Labor Day.
In Washington, I'm Karen Caifa.
Today, President Biden visited Arizona to announce a new national monument protecting more than 1,500 square miles of land around the Grand Canyon. Now, this is something that tribes in Arizona have been asking for. The Secretary of the Interior says the national monument will help ensure that indigenous people can continue to use these areas for religious ceremonies, hunting, and plant gathering. Officials say the designation protects the area from potential uranium mining. It also protects existing grazing permits and leases and existing mining claims.
Preserving these lands is good not only for Arizona, but for the planet. It's good for the economy. It's good for the soul of the nation. And I believe with my core, it's the right thing to do.
Now, there are no uranium mines operating in Arizona right now, although there is at least one in development. And the federal government has said that nearly a dozen mines within that monument area could still potentially open even with the monument designation, because their claims were established before 2012. Cleanup work has begun on a section of WashDOT land along the side of I-90 that was once the biggest homeless camp in the state. The Department of Transportation says their goal is to return this space to its original state and to remove any potential contaminants. This week, excavation teams began the process of clearing the top layer of soil. It's going to then be tested. It might have to be removed, and this process is expected to last through the end of the month. Once the dirt is all cleaned up, then they will replant grass seeds. An abandoned campfire inside a fire ring at a city park in Post Falls, Idaho is blamed for starting a wildfire that forced people from their homes last weekend. Remnants of that campfire point to the cause of the Parkway fire, which started on Friday and prompted evacuations that lasted until Sunday. The Post Falls Police Department says the city park has suffered some real damage, which will take years to recover from.
Campfires are just not a good idea. This is kind of what happens when you have one of them that gets loose and causes a lot of damage. Takes a lot of resources.
Now, fortunately, no homes were damaged or lost in the fire, but investigators are still working to figure out who might have been responsible for that original campfire. And we are talking about the potential for some dangerous fire conditions on the way. Taking a look outside, we're seeing that humidity start to clear away after a couple of days. Apple Valley News Now's Stacey Lee is tracking that for us in just a moment. And still ahead, a relatively new drug that's commonly used to help people lose weight might have even more health benefits. We're taking a closer look at that latest study next.
Next extra, Scandival, a Yellowstone-style divorce war, and Brad and Angie's sour grapes battle over wine.
This is a fancy A-list absolute disaster.
The celebrity scandals we can't get enough of. Next extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
When you get hurt on the job, you never know if you're going to get paid by Labor and Industries. Let Bothwell and Hamill fight on your behalf for your workers' comp. We can often increase your compensation. The sooner you call us, the better. If you were hurt at work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call 509-584-4411 for a free consultation. Bothwell and Hamill.
My mom hired a bath fitter to make me a new bath. My friend Jimmy said that when he got a new bath, it took forever. Jimmy didn't have to take a bath for a month. I didn't even get to miss one bath. It's just not fair.
Bath Fitter will remodel your bath in as little as 1 day. We've got over 2 million satisfied customers and 35 years experience. Call now or visit bathfitter.com for a free in-home consultation.
Did you know Astria Health has the only team of neurosurgeons in the Lower Valley? Patients no longer need to travel long distances to receive the spine care they need. Patients with spinal tumors, stenosis, herniated or degenerative disc diseases, spine trauma, fractures, or spinal cord injury can be seen by an Astria neurosurgeon in Prosser, Sunnyside, or Zillah. Ask your primary care provider for a referral to one of our neurosurgeons. Astria Health, exceptional rural health care close to home.
The savings continue with Bi-Mart's latest savings book out now and posted on Bi-Mart.com. There's 20 pages of savings including everything you need for camping, pantry essentials, and more. Save now at Bi-Mart, your employee-owned membership store.
Set summer in motion with the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and the Accord, both with available hybrid powertrains, designed to deliver more thrilling performance and more innovative tech. Make every adventure more electrifying with Honda, the most awarded brand in Car and Driver 10 Best history. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
This newscast sponsored by Dairy Queen.
Welcome back. Boeing says it's going to take a while longer to get astronauts to and from the space station. Boeing's Starliner spacecraft has now been delayed until next year. Boeing says it's having issues with the capsule parachutes that help it land safely with the astronauts back on Earth. So Boeing is planning to test a revised parachute system coming up in November, and then hopefully, if that works, to deliver it by December. Now, assuming that timeline stays in place, the Starliner could be ready to go up as early as March. New research tonight indicates the weight loss drug Wegovy may reduce the risk of heart attack, stroke, or heart disease-related death by 20%, a fifth. That's according to results from a major clinical trial in people with cardiovascular disease. And it's the first trial to show that a weight loss drug alone could have such protective effects. So the drug maker Novo Nordisk studied Wegovy for prevention of major cardiac events in adults who didn't have diabetes but did have heart disease, who were obese or overweight. The new data could possibly help improve insurance coverage for this drug. The findings haven't been peer-reviewed or published in a medical journal as of tonight, but they will be presented at a scientific conference coming up later this year. And while weight can be a factor in your overall heart health, we're also seeing more and more evidence that your mental health plays a significant role. ABC's Justin Finch has the latest recommendations.
Anxiety, stress, and depression can have a negative impact on your physical body, not just your mind. And the reverse is true. Taking care of your mental health can help your physical health, including your heart. The American Heart Association has some tips to help with improving the mind-heart-body connection. The first is practicing meditation regularly. This could be spending time in nature or sitting quietly and focusing on your breathing. These all can have a positive impact on your heart health. The association also recommends getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night, which helps your brain and body. Spend quality time with pets and reach out to connect with and spend time with family or friends. Isolation is not good for your health, mental or physical. Lastly, exercise. Adults should aim for 2.5 hours of moderate activity a week. With this Medical Minute, I'm Justin Finch, ABC News.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And not a bad looking day. Here's our Dust Devil Sky Cam in Pasco, the Giza Stadium. Right now 91 degrees. It's still a warm day out there. Now check out this humidity level. This morning we started out at 50 to 60% humidity and it felt kind of icky, sticky, but it's gotten much better. We're down to 18%. So we're kind of back to normal. Feels like 88 right now and our sunset at 8:17. So looking pretty good outside this evening. Let's take a look at other temperatures around the region. 87 in Ellensburg. We got 87 in Yakima. Look at Toppenish at 89. Moving into the foothills of the Blues, Pendleton 89, 88 Walla Walla, and 80 degrees right now in Dayton. Our evening planner for you in Yakima tonight, again, mostly clear skies. Looking nice this evening. Temperatures dropping down to 82 degrees by 8 o'clock this evening. For tonight in the Tri-Cities, again, we're in the upper 80s at 6, dropping down to the lower 80s by 8 p.m. Mostly clear skies, a few high clouds running around, but not too bad. In Walla Walla, a little bit of a quicker cool off, down to 82 at 7, 79 degrees tonight by 8 p.m. And our Skywatch radar, again, nice and quiet compared to yesterday. It was full of thunder and lightning, looking pretty good outside. Here's our zoom out satellite and radar. Again, that moisture that came in did stay in BC today, so didn't really impact our area other than a few stray clouds moving through. And again, nice, dry, warm conditions as we start to get through the rest of this work week. We'll make it to Wednesday tomorrow with mostly clear skies. Here's our futurecast. Now there is a slight chance, and if you see that little tiny band of rain coming through, this is early in the morning. Ellensburg, Yakima may have a little sprinkle coming through early in the morning. Tri-Cities, very brief, if anything, very light. You may not even notice it. It may even dissipate in the atmosphere before it hits the ground. So other than that, we've got clear skies moving into our Thursday. We are taking a look at our drought monitor. It looks like a big angry punch coming in here. So we're getting down to a severe drought in the Columbia Basin, Tri-Cities, moderate drought in that lighter brown color, and dry in these areas. So the drought has been getting worse. The rain showers were nice, but it didn't help us in that department. Wind speeds are light this evening. We're tracking some gusty winds a little bit later in the Yakima-Kittitas Valley, and for sure tomorrow you'll see those breezy and gusty winds starting out in the morning with winds up to about 19-mile-an-hour gusts, 18-mile-an-hour gusts. As the day progresses, you'll see those winds really start to pick up down the Columbia River Gorge and Toppenish. breezy here in the Columbia Basin, and again, those gusty winds in Walla Walla. So a little bit windy tomorrow, and those humidity levels dropping as well. So we'll keep an eye on a very slight chance of a red zone advisory, but so far not yet. Let's take a look at the smoke and haze. Again, it's in the upper atmosphere. It is there, but it hasn't been impacting our air quality, and most of that moving out of the region tonight. But again, as those fires continue to burn, we'll have air quality issues in some areas. Right now, though, we're in good air quality all through the forecast area. Temperatures overnight tonight, we're going to be in the 50s and 60s. 60 tonight, Yakima. In the Columbia Basin, Tri-Cities, 50s and 60s here as well. Looking ahead there in the foothills of the Blues, nice temperatures there. And for tomorrow, again, those temperatures stay pretty moderate, about like we were today, maybe a few degrees warmer, but overall not a bad looking forecast. I'll get to your 7-day planning forecast here in just a few minutes. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacey. STCU and Apple Valley News Now want your help in finding community volunteers in Benton and Franklin counties who go that extra step to help us all. So if you know someone like this, please nominate them by clicking on Contests tab at applevalleynewsnow.com. From your nominations, we choose volunteers to profile, and STCU awards their organization a $1,000 donation. Thank you for nominating someone, and a big thank you to all of the volunteers who help make our community stronger. We'll be right back.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Hi, I'm Eddie Morphine from Morphine Law Firm. If you've been wronged and you need to make it right, give us a call. We're not afraid to fight. If you need an attorney with your best interests in mind, give us a call at Morphine Law Firm.
I'm Buzz the Bee from the Painting Bees. We do interior painting and cabinetry as well. We have a full crew that takes care of everything, and all we really want you to do is to kick back and relax. Visit our website or call us at 591-8160.
Sundown M Ranch promotes patient-centered integrated care that focuses on the mind, body, and spirit. At Sundown M Ranch, the patient is the reason we are here. We take pride in our reputation of assisting individuals and family members through a difficult process with compassion, respect, and confidentiality.
Sundown M Ranch saved my life.
Last month, I celebrated 31 years of sobriety.
Sundown M Ranch. Today is the first day of the rest of your life.
You're being honored for all of your many volunteer hours.
Dan and Doug Hester have earned Catholic Charities Volunteer Services Program a $1,000 donation from STCU.
Please tell us a story of someone you believe is making an impact.
Kickstart the best week of summer with a Demolition Derby Saturday, August 19th. Gates open at 4 with some great food trucks. The action starts at 6:30 with the time trials, races at 7:30, and the demo to follow. Racers will smash their rigs and compete for over $20,000 in prizes. Get your tickets online at bentonfranklinfair.com or at the Kennewick Ranch and Home. Seating is reserved and will go fast.
Tonight, the severe weather warnings in the east as intense and dangerous heat stretches from California to Florida. Plus, Ukraine fights back in Russian territory. Just where are we in this war? More Americans turn to the most watched program on television, World News Tonight with David Muir.
Top Tree Service is committed to providing the best service and experience possible. From the first call to schedule your estimate through our final after-service follow-up call, ensuring complete satisfaction. Your trees are valuable assets, and we ensure our ISA-certified arborists will protect your investment. The health and safety of your trees are our top priority. Call today to schedule a free estimate and experience the Top Tree Service difference for yourself.
Check out Columbia Basin Buildings and Sheds, your local Old Hickory Buildings dealer. We sell and deliver a wide variety of buildings, including storage sheds, lofted barns, playhouses, cabins, and more. Come visit us at 3680 Van Giesen Street in West Richland.
Welcome back. A memorial auction and golf tournament is happening this week. The event is an annual fundraiser that has helped support thousands of youth in our community, such as the Boys and Girls Club and Young Life of Benton and Franklin counties for over 20 years. Now, they raised more than $500,000 last year. The funding invests in countless youth programs, giving them workforce experience programs, visits to colleges, and engagement in mentoring, personal health, and mental health.
Urkeys Memorial Golf Classic is an event in honor of their daughter, Laura Urkeys.
who passed away tragically. And they really were able to take a tragic circumstance in their lives and to say, Laura would want to make our community better.
Now, Erkey's Memorial Auction and Golf Tournament is a 3-day event. It starts on August 10th and goes through the 12th. And we'll have a final look at your First Alert forecast, looking ahead to that golf tournament when we come back.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
When you need legal help, trust Quantum Legal. We're here for you in times of trouble, whether you need assistance with criminal defense, personal injury, or have been injured on the job. Law is a complicated matter. Our team of experts will fight for you and help you find the best solution for your situation. Don't let life's challenges get the best of you. We're here to help. Call us today at 509-783-5551 or visit our website at quantumlegal.com.
Rock and roll's most wanted man, Stephen Pearcy, the voice of Rat, live. Stephen Pearcy. With special guest, Steven Adler of Guns N' Roses. Friday, November 10th, Legends Casino Hotel. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster or Legends Gift Shop. Stephen Pearcy, live.
Time for a new roof? Let Eminent Roofing replace it with a product so good you'll never have to replace it again. Our roofs come with a limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again.
With the heat and wind comes roof damage. Don't wait till it's an emergency. Call today to receive 0% financing on approved credit.
So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let Eminent Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right, all year round. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at GoKubota.com.
Crossing the Columbia River by car in a boat.
Only ferry owned by the state of Washington that is not in the Puget Sound.
See it all over the Keller Ferry on Fly the Northwest.
Very unique.
Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
Next ET.
It's very scary operating on your wife.
Plastic surgery secrets from the doctors of Botched.
And this is our ET retrospective.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Sweetie pie?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm afraid this closet is full. Do you really need all of these shirts?
I was waiting until I could fit into them again.
And how's that going?
Well, not so well.
This closet isn't getting any bigger. How about we make some space?
I guess I could pick a few out and
Good.
Donate them to Goodwill.
Your donations to Goodwill support our local Employment Connection Center, a free walk-in job search assistance program.
Good job. Goodwill.
Welcome back. We're taking a final look at your forecast, and it turned really nice out there this afternoon.
It was pretty muggy this morning. I was like, ew. And then, yeah, it just got nicer and nicer. The humidity level started to drop, so that would be the difference in the feeling outside. Again, look for those breezy and gusty winds tomorrow, but temperatures are going to be pleasant in Yakima in the 80s, and we stay there all the way through Friday, and then we'll start to see those 90s come on back on Saturday right into next week, where we start to warm back up to what it should be looking like in August anyway, with those temperatures at or close to the triple digits. The good news is those temperatures do cool down enough for us to recover overnight to have a nice day. Tri-Cities, again, look for those breezy winds later in the afternoon. We stay in the low 90s, very pleasant until Sunday, and then you'll really start to feel those temperatures come back up towards those triple digits. And once again, those overnight lows are acceptable. They're cool enough to recover overnight. In Walla Walla, again, breezy winds on Wednesday. We'll see stronger gusty winds on Thursday, and then those temperatures warming up through next week. So not a bad looking forecast. It's definitely August. Summer is here, so enjoy it.
So a good time for those people to get out there and play golf in that tournament.
Perfect. There you go.
Thanks, Stacy. Thank you so much for watching. World News Tonight with David Muir is next. We're back tonight at 6.